Wine and Wellness Week number 100. I'm your host today, Jamie Dorley, with the co-host of the Jamie and Joe Show, Joe Messina. Welcome back, Joe.
Buongiorno, buon Natale. The centennial is here.
Wow, it sounds like you're getting ready for that Nutritional Frontiers VIP trip to the Amalfi Coast.
Yes.
Coming in 2025. So
Can't wait.
How are we doing this week so far? We've had a lot of people live. The place is full right now.
Yep, they're piling in. It's been this way all week long. It's too bad, Polina, you're not here in person to get this great audience to see you and listen to you.
But nothing better than having her live. We can have her live on the Zoom. So this is a client of ours and a close personal friend. I call her the American Dream, Joe. She's very humble, but I'll brag about her a little bit because Polina came to our country over 20 years ago. And she came here with $500 in her pocket. And here we are 20 years later, looking better than ever, owner of multiple businesses, and very successful. And not only that, she's on the same mission we are with making the world healthy. And so many people in our country complain that there's no opportunity and waiting for the handout. However, she's not one to sit back and wait. She's going out there and taking full control and helping people, helping herself, helping her family, helping her business. And she's been a really great client and friend of Nutritional Frontiers and World of Wellness. So let's hear it. The crowd's going to go crazy for Polina Petrusevich, all the way from 7.7 Nutrition.
Thank you so much, Jamie. I did not even have to pay you for this, and you did such a beautiful presentation and introduction for me. Oh my God, I love you guys. So glad to see you, and I'm so excited that we can make this world a healthier place, right? One day at a time, one patient at a time. So just truly blessed to have you in my life as a friend and obviously as our partner. So 2023 will be a great year for all of us.
Yeah, bigger and better than ever. We're excited to close out the new year with our Wine and Wellness Week number 100. We have some other colleagues of yours and friends, Dr. Tracy Straub and Dr. Judy Mikovits, coming live on Saturday. So people are starting to line up already, Joe.
They are. You should consider driving in for that, Polina. You know, it's going to be a party with those two.
We may have to send a limo, the NF limo for Polina to escort
God.
her right in. So, Polina, you're a registered dietitian. You have a background in fitness and nutrition, and you have a very unique business model, 7.7 Nutrition, that's in a lot of powerhouse gyms throughout the Detroit and also Florida area. And for people that aren't familiar with her business, it reminds me when you go to a Target and you see the Starbucks kind of dropped in there, right? And that's what she does. She drops in her business, 7.7 Nutrition, with her incredible team. And we want to talk about weight loss, but more importantly than the weight loss, in your experience, what are some of the underlying causes of it? So I know people come to see you live. You also do telemedicine too, is that correct?
Absolutely. Yes, we do. We work with people internationally and nationally. We have patients all over the world, anywhere from Qatar to Dubai to California to Colorado. So absolutely. We take care of the whole world, Jamie.
And what's the best way for people to get in touch with you if they'd like to learn more or schedule?
I can give you guys my personal cell phone number. Feel free texting me. If you're ready, write this down.
That thing's going to blow up, as the kids would say. Go ahead.
Do not call me, but you can text me. That's the rule. You
can. Hey, there's nothing wrong with some texting.
That's
so that's 813.
No, don't give away that number.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That number is only for my special people. I will give you my work cell phone number.
All right, let's start. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyone who is wanting to get in touch with me, my number is 248-702-4724. That's my Michigan number. That's my Detroit area code, 248-702-4724. Please text me or call me, FaceTime me, and we'll set up a complimentary assessment. I promise to take great care of you.
Yeah, I think so many people in our country, including myself, have struggled with weight at one time or another. I even know some of your early pictures, Polina, you're very transparent. You know, when you first came here, she said, the food is so bad, I'm gaining weight, right? And I don't think people realize the toxicity. You know, we're just talking to a woman with blood pressure issues, right? And I said, you know, you got to really look at the food, the dairy products, the sugar that can be contributing to your weight, and also to your inflammation and toxicity. So maybe just start to talk about the people that are coming in and maybe what their mindset is, and then what are you finding as some of these underlying causes?
Yes, absolutely. So most of the time when clients come to our office and they say, hey, I'm not feeling well, I'm not sleeping well, I'm still so young, but I'm already having aches and pains. My digestive health is not on point. I have severe sugar cravings. I know these are the type of cravings that's really not normal, but I know that something needs to be fixed. And guess what? Really, it just starts with their lifestyle changes. I tell my clients there is no quick fix, right? There is no magic pill for this. There is nothing, but we really most of the time do it to ourselves, and it's just simple steps in the right direction, from exercising, going to bed early, getting your ample amount of sleep, hydrating yourself, and then obviously watch your nutrition. And when I'm speaking nutrition, I'm speaking nutrition plus therapeutic dosage of high quality professional supplementation. So nutrition and supplements kind of like two best friends, right? They go together. So whenever we talk nutrition, we already incorporate supplementation as a part of the protocol.
Yeah, years ago when I was personal training, I was surprised a lot of people that were coming in, what their perception of healthy food was, right? So maybe it was wheat breads, or it was grilled chicken at the fast food place. So can you share with us some of the myths out there that people think are healthy, but it's really not? The other one that pops up is yogurt, right? So what are some of the things you see that people are eating coming in, thinking they're doing something healthy, and it's not their fault, but it's not a healthy choice?
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest top three that we see is obviously corn, dairy, and gluten, right?
Mm.
So a lot of people think, okay, well, I'm eating Greek yogurt, I'm getting my calcium, right? I'm healthy, I got my protein, and well, that all sounds great. However, we know that when we're eating Greek yogurt or cottage cheese or regular yogurt, right, it breaks down into galactose. Galactose breaks down into lactose. Lactose specifically is a type of sugar that our blood naturally rejects. So we do see a lot of people with lactose intolerances and lactose sensitivities, and unless they get tested, most of the time they don't even know that they have that situation. So just by minimizing, in the most ideal way, removing the lactose and really dairy in particular from your diet is something that we see right away tremendous improvement. Gluten is the next one. A lot of people say, well, I stopped eating white bread, so now I'm getting healthier and I'm making healthier choices by eating wheat bread. Well, guess what? White bread is basically refined, bleached wheat flour. It's exactly the same thing. You're having the same exactly situation. It's just, one is bleached, one is not, right? And that's when we explain to our clients that gluten is really just a protein, right? It's that really sticky protein that when it gets into your gut, it's like a super glue that just completely attacks us. So just by eating whole wheat bread or whole wheat wraps does not necessarily mean that that's going to improve your overall well-being and typically your gut health in particular. So I mean, there is corn. A lot of people say, oh, I don't eat corn, I stay away from corn, right? But then we start digging deeper, and then we start finding out, well, guess what? You eat popcorn, right? We have corn on the cob. You have corn tortilla chips, and then we have corn tacos, the shell tacos. And then they say, no, I don't eat none of those. And then from there on, we say, what about your supplements? Are you taking over-the-counter supplements?
Oh, yeah.
Because the biggest thing is we have tons of cornstarch in supplements, and we have to read the labels. I'm going to walk you guys very quickly through my office. The ones that know me, that know in all of our locations.
I know what's coming, Joe. The basket of shame.
That's our basket of shame.
Shame.
If you guys take a look at this is a real basket. Our real clients, when they come in for their first consultation with us, we ask them to bring in everything that they're taking. And guess what? I take it from them and I don't give it back to them. Tracy
Hey,
and I.
can you grab a bottle just off the basket?
Yes.
And just because we did this, me and Joe have done this presentation, and I just wanted maybe you to highlight some of the ingredients. We always say the dosing, the forms, and then the toxins, right? That could be colorings, dyes, and additives.
Yep,
So what are some of the things you're looking at?
Yep, absolutely. I remember when Tracy and I did one of the wellness presentations for you guys one time last year. I told her, I said, Tracy, you will not pay me enough to take these supplements. I told her, give me $50,000. I will tell you, no, thank you. I am not taking this. She goes, wow, you're a better woman than I am. She goes, I would take the 50,000. I would do the supplements, and then I would go through the whole candida detox with you. Yeah. So basically,
Oh, look what brand that is. Is that Kirkland?
Yes, it
Oh.
is.
Easy target. Go ahead.
That's it is. So the biggest thing is, right, when clients come to our office, we want to educate them on, it's not the amount of vitamins and minerals that you see, because all of this looks very enticing, especially to the naked eye of someone who is not educated on the supplementation. What we really have to look for is the other ingredients, because other ingredients is what compounds the product together, right? Let's take the vitamin C adult gummies, and then we have, I literally just grabbed something random, women's multivitamin, also gummies.
The first two we did.
Yeah, we read the labels. Guess what shows up? The first one is sugar. Then we have corn syrup. Then we have gelatin. Right? Gelatin is no different substance that's found in soaps. That's what makes the soap shiny, right? Ascorbic acid, God forbid you have acid reflux, right? That's a done deal for your throat. Sodium ascorbate, sodium citrate, natural flavorings, colored additives. And then there is also palm oil, bee wax oil, carnauba wax.
Oh my gosh.
Acids. So basically what I explain to my clients, and that's why I love this bucket so much, because it becomes such a valuable tool for educating everyone that comes to our office. You take this little basically candy. That's what it is. It's nothing but just a sweet candy. And then they spray paint it. They spray paint it with the synthetic vitamin, right? This is not a multivitamin like the one you guys have that comes from beets and broccoli and apple fiber and all of that. This is legitimately just the synthetic vitamin that comes from the facility that's not FDA registered, not FDA regulated. There is no GMPs, right? So it's nothing but a candy with a bunch of synthetics on top. I mean, what can we expect in something like this? We take it and we don't absorb it, right?
Well, this is it. Yeah, this is interesting because those are the same products we picked out, right? And then the fish oil. And I said earlier that I was out at the supply side show in Vegas at the early November. This is all the ingredients throughout the world, the top ingredients. And my friend said gummies are candy with a little bit of vitamin sprayed on them. And he says, yeah, if you expect to get something high quality in a gummy, it's almost impossible. That's why we have not pulled the trigger yet on a gummy.
Absolutely. But let's take it even further. This is a really famous brand, right? It's an amino acid mix, BCAA, brain chain amino acids. You look at the label, again, it shows ample amount of leucine, isoleucine, valine. Sounds really enticing. But if we dig down inside and we'll look at the other ingredients, guess what we have, you guys? We have FD&C red number 40, right? We have aspartame. We all know aspartame is clinically proven and validated to cause over 92 human diseases. Cancer runs on aspartame. Where do you think all the aches and pains, right, come from? It's inflammation runs on aspartame. Yellow number 40, red number 6, yellow number 11, all those are the same things as found in nail polish or wall paint. So can you imagine? You're taking something internally, you're clogging up your liver is absorbing all the colorings and all the additives, and then you're just peeing everything out. It becomes a very expensive urine.
Yeah, and when you mentioned corn, I was thinking corn syrup, and lo and behold, it's in the vitamin, Joe. What about all the corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup that people are consuming? You know, I was taught a long time ago by Dr. Jeff Plan that this is like a sugar on steroids. There's no digestion process, so it immediately elevates blood sugar, and then we know the whole hormonal sequence of events after that with fat storage and insulin release and then blood sugar fluctuations. So you see it on the clinic more and more?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Because, you know, this is something that is made in a factory. High fructose corn syrup is not a natural ingredient. It's not a natural sugar. The word fructose throws a lot of people off, but it's actually made in a factory. They use fungus and chemicals, and, you know, there's nothing there that looks like a food.
Do you remember when this was released? I mean, Paulina wasn't even born yet, Joe, but, you know, back in the 70s, this was released as a alternative to sugar.
That's right. as a natural
Yeah,
alternative.
and you're looking at people now consume about 150 pounds a year of sugar, plus 150 pounds a year of flour.
Mhm.
So it sounds like gluten. It looks like wheat products, right? And then also the corn, and then the sugar are some of the bigger things that you're seeing people come in with. So tell us a little more about your program. I know you use a lot of food-based nutrition. What about some of the testing? Because you turned me on to KBMO, which
Mm-hmm.
was fantastic. I love James White at that company. And we just introduced it at the Wellness Center. So we're going to be doing more and more of that in the new year. Can you tell us about some of your experience with the KBMO? Because for me personally, I identified things like bananas that I was shocked, right? And as soon as
Yep.
I changed that, my body changed.
Absolutely. So, food inflammation testing is essential part of our protocols for pretty much, I would say, at least 95% of our clients that come into our office. We usually start with the blood work testing to identify all the triggers and to identify what exactly causes the inflammation. We do the blood work from the finger, right? We send it out to KBMO Diagnostics in Massachusetts, and we test for 176 different foods that can possibly give you inflammation. But the best part, Jamie, for the ones that don't know how this blood work testing works, is not only do we test for all the foods, but we also test for spices, alcohol, yeast and fungus overgrowth. We test for tea and coffee. And most essentially, KBMO Diagnostics has a patented technology for a gut barrier panel. We can test anything from candida to occludin to zonulin to find out, do we have leaky gut? Are we on the first stage of leaky gut? Is there some kind of severe inflammation that's happening? How much candida overgrowth do we actually work with? So that becomes a tool that can really help us to navigate what would be the next step, right? We have a problem, then we have a solution, right? So that KBMO test is the essential part because it becomes a solution. And it's really it's really interesting to see that most of our clients that when we get the results back, we see that most of them either have something going on with their gut or they do have candida overgrowth, right?
Yeah.
So, and
Gotta be
whenever,
across the board, right?
yes, and most of the time we already kind of guesstimating when we're doing a consultation with that possibly something will be happening. But when the results come in, it's just a really good eye opener for for our clients. So
Yeah, we're seeing a abundance of the underlying cause being candida or parasites and dysbiosis. So, doc used to say the top three causes of anything that they come in with is going to be parasites. Second would be candida, and then third would be
mhm.
hormone imbalance. So, he was really equating that to all the consumption of sugar, the amount of stress going on, and the overconsumption of antibiotics. Even if you don't take them, because if you eat out at a restaurant, chances are you may be getting it in the food.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of people do get antibiotics, or they use dairy products or store bought meat brands that really contain a lot of this. So we see that that's an actually big issue too.
What compounds it is that allopathic medicine doesn't look for parasites at all. They don't even consider that as part of their investigation into what's causing. Well, that's because they don't look for the
Well,
cause.
it's interesting. Sometimes they may look for it. I had a guy come in. He was a engineer type, right? So I knew right away I was in trouble. He had a stack of paperwork like this. And during the history, I asked him, have you ever been tested for parasites? He said, yes, because he had chronic diarrhea. That's the first thing I think of. I said, what did they do for it? He said, they didn't do anything for it. So I've heard that a few times, right? So when you're dealing with these people that come in with some type of, microbiome imbalance, what are some of your approaches? We always say starve, kill, replace. So how are you guys starving them with the diet?
Yeah, well, we do it in conjunction with the diet, supplementation, hydration, and the lifestyle changes protocols,
Mhm.
right? It's typically the same protocol that we almost create a hybrid protocol where we're not only addressing candida as an issue, but we also wanting to rebuild your gut health. So we like to combine both of your guys' protocols together, the candida solutions and the GI digestive solutions. So we're making kind of like 2 in 1, right? And we've just really followed the instructions of the of protocols that you guys provide. But the one thing we started incorporating, and it's working so fabulously for our clients, is we actually started incorporating IgG to an addition to that add-on, right? Immunoglobulin G. I mean, anything from boosting your immune health to working with anything from parasites to H. pylori. And it's just such a great product. It's easy to use. It's a powder that tastes really good. We mix it with GI Complete and it's a done deal. But
yeah, that formula is so good. The immunolin that we use in there, it recently won the award at Supply Side, Joe.
Ingredient of the year. That's right.
IgG won ingredient of the year, over 45 published studies. The great thing is most of the studies were 6 weeks or less. If you use that in the GI Complete for about 3 days, you will notice a difference right away.
Yeah.
You know, one of my clients says, wow, he says, you know, people say that it's very easy now to have a bowel movement, very little or no smell, very easy to wipe, where before they were struggling so much. So I love that combination, and we did that so that we can have the same flavors of the lemon lime and the raspberry to match right up with the GI Complete. So how long do you do, what dose do you use on the Candida Kill, and how long? I know it's always different, but what's a good rule of thumb on the Candida Kill?
Usually we go anywhere between 30 to 90 days. Depending on how severe the case is. But I also want to just mention something very quickly. I hope that some of the practitioners are here today with us and they're listening to me. When we incorporate the Candida supplementation to the dietary protocol, we also find it very useful to incorporate another new product that you guys have, which is the UTI cleanse. Because UTI, urinary tract infection, is a side effect of the candida overgrowth. So therefore, again, if you're mixing the IgG with UTI cleanse with GI Complete, you can't go wrong. So just for those practitioners out there listening to me, try it out. That could be such a lifesaver to a lot of the patients that you guys are introducing these protocols to.
Are you using all 3 powders in one mixture or separately?
Yeah, we do.
One?
Because they all come in the same flavor, so you might as well, right? It's matching
Yes.
flavors, so that's what makes it just so much easier.
And that's where you get into therapeutic dosing, right? Where you can actually see improvements in those first 30 days. I would always tell people, you know, give it 120 days, but you should see improvements right away.
Yeah.
If not, you're not following the program, right? I mean, it almost never happens where they're following the protocol and they're not getting results. So I know you also like what I like to do is a Shake a Day Club. And we've had some incredible new recipes. Paulina may not even have had the pleasure of experiencing.
No.
So I have my favorite, of course. But Joe, what's the new favorite Shake a Day smoothie recipe?
The new one that we just introduced this week, thanks to Kevin here in the Wellness Center, is called Jailhouse Rock.
Oh, Jailhouse Rock. So that's an old Elvis song, right?
An old Elvis song. We named it that because, well, Kevin named it because Elvis, one of his favorite meals was a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Fried, of course.
So we have our peanut butter super shake, and we use maybe a vanilla or a banana flavored almond milk, and maybe throw a banana in there. And there you have it, peanut butter and banana. It was delicious.
People have been loving it. My favorite is the chocolate Reese's peanut butter cup. That's been a big fan favorite for years. That is the number one selling candy and my number one favorite shake. So what's your favorite flavor? Margarita?
I actually have a special, I call it the Polina Frappuccino special shake.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
It sounds like you're piggybacking on the Messino Protocino.
Let's hear the Paulina. I love it.
Polina Frappuccino special.
Frappuccino.
Frappuccino.
It helps me to get my clients off of those sugary Starbucks drinks whenever they're doing the Candida detox with us. So you basically take the blender with ice, cinnamon, double espresso, right? Throw some double espresso, and then you put the cafe mocha super shake. You blend it all together, and that's it. It will taste just like Frappuccino, just with the friction of calories, with absolutely no sugar in it.
And no dairy.
No dairy.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well,
Absolutely.
the thing I love what I'm hearing is the smiles I'm seeing is that we make this fun. You know, everyone likes coffees or lattes or whatever they're doing now. So it doesn't mean you got to eliminate them. You just have to transition to a healthier version,
That's
right?
right. Exactly.
And that's all we're trying to do is that, and it'll taste more, it'll taste better and it'll be more fun because you'll feel a difference over time. And people
Absolutely.
are usually surprised. Years ago, Pauline, I had a young lady come in. I helped her daughter with ADHD. Then she came in. She was, a beautiful woman, but she looked a little like her liver was a little toxic. You know, the bags under the eyes. I said, "Why are you here?" And she pulled her hair over. She had about a quarter-sized bald spot on the side of the head. So I was going through her diet, and we identified she was doing 2 of those mocha latte frappuccinos from Starbucks. I showed her that, number one, that's like 50 grams of fat. And I don't know, 60, 70 grams of sugar at the time. And the cost of it was almost $10 a day. So I know you do a lot of, valuation and cost comparisons. So I put her on the Super Shake, right? A really simple, and put on the original Live Clear. And in 30 days, she came back and it was growing back. So I don't think people realize what's in these drinks. They may think that they're getting a drink that it's better than eating food.
Well, they don't realize what's in it because they don't tell you what's in it, right? You don't see an ingredient list that detailed when you go to these places. No, it's not. And it's not a food, and it's loaded with a lot of other things besides the fats and the sugars. So
how do you incorporate the shakes? Because I like to give them a shake the first meal of the day and then maybe in the afternoon. So how do you incorporate the shakes for people? These are food-based supplements.
Yep. So we make it optional for our clients to choose whether they want to have it for just breakfast or if they want to swap some of their solid meals for the shake. Anytime when our clients say, "Oh, I don't have time to eat," we tell them drink the shakes, because we're dealing with a lot of firefighters, doctors, nurses, right? So those are emergency type of jobs where you don't have a luxury of just sitting down and taking your 1 full hour, let's say lunch break or dinner break. So anytime you cannot eat, that's the solution that we tell them to take a shake. A lot of people say, "Well, I don't like liquid foods. I'd rather actually eat my solid meal." So we tell them, no problem. Take, let's say, depending on what your inflammations are, but take, if you're allowed to have oatmeal, take oatmeal, put some almond milk, throw a scoop of protein powder, right? Scoop of Super Shake or Best Way, mix it up. It's going to taste like a chocolate flavored oatmeal. So you almost treat it like a dessert. So, but we want our clients to have flexibility with their food. So we just tell them, if you truly enjoy shakes, make them as the standard protocol for everyday routine. If you're neutral to those type of shakes, then just have it as your emergency, right? Have it as an emergency shake. We love the fact that you guys have the packets, the sample packets. We give them away to all of our clients. It's not negotiable. We just give them those packets, and we have a bunch of the shakers that you can tell very quickly. We have the ones with our logo, and we have the ones with Nutritional Frontiers logo. You know what, actually, Jamie, I'm thinking we need to make them with both logos in one. On the same
I was just great minds think alike. You took the words out of my mouth. I couldn't get it out quick enough.
Let's do this. We will do, I'll let you have your logo appear bigger. I'll take the smaller one. You can go on top. I can go on the bottom.
I'll go on top. Okay, no problem. Or I can get on the one side, you go on the other, but we'll make it work either way. I love that idea.
But we basically, we prepare them for success. We give them the shaker right away as soon as they sign up, and we give them a few samples. So this way they keep it in their car, right? You can keep a bottle of water and just mix it all together right before, whenever you're ready to have that meal. And then depends on what that meal is asking for, whether fats or carbs. You guys already know that we love separating fats and carbs in our dietary protocols, right? You're all familiar with our nutrient timing and nutrient manipulation little tricks. So we really do separate fats and carbs as much as we can. So we just tell them, okay, have a fruit with it. Have an apple, banana, orange, whatever you desire. Or if it's a fat, have some almonds, cashews, macadamia nuts on the side. Keep them in Ziploc. Drink your shake while you're driving. Eat your nuts while you're driving. Easy. It doesn't take away any time from your schedule.
No,
I
not at
love it.
all.
And when you talk about, I know you talk quality of food, quantity, and then the timing. I think that's an often misunderstood part of it, right?
Hmm.
People
Mhm.
tend to eat for what they did rather than for what they're going to do. So, how do you work the timing with people? How many meals a day? And
So nutrition has to be very individualized. It's not one plan fits all, right? It's not just, oh, only intermittent fasting works, so only pescatarian diets work, only ketogenic diets, or just carbohydrate manipulation. No, we do a very comprehensive assessment, and then I have to meet you where you're at. So I have to
Mm.
meet my client where you're at. If Jamie is not the person that wakes up hungry and he's used to skipping his meals and starting his first meal at, let's say, 4 or 5 p.m., there's absolutely no way I can give Jamie 7 meals for the day and start having him to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then every 3 to 4 hours after. He's going to fire me before we even have a chance to work together. So that in that case, Jamie might be a perfect candidate for intermittent fasting, right? If you're the type of individual that, let's say, comes in and they complain to us that they get very dizzy, they get hangry, but they don't have time to eat, and they ask, should I do intermittent fasting? We tell them absolutely not. If you are the hypoglycemic individual, you really need to make some lifestyle changes and start eating within 45 minutes of waking up. So it's all, we have to match their lifestyle, their job schedule, their preferences, and their past experience with food, like where they're coming from, so we can accommodate it, because we cannot make it even harder on them. We need to make that nutritional lifestyle change easier, right? So the same with the workouts, right? If we have a mother of 3 young kids, we cannot, but she wants to get in shape, I cannot expect her to do what I do. I cannot tell her go and do Orange Theory workouts 5 days a week and sprint your butt off every Monday through Friday. I have to tell her, maybe you start with a little bit of workouts at home. Like, it's so individualized for everyone. But we can design whatever your goal is. We can have 10 different diet plans, and I can design that plan, and we can have the same exactly results regardless of what plan we're doing. So whether it's in
yeah,
the
I love that. The philosophies are the same, right? And then they're just adjusted for the person's goals and their
Mhm.
lifestyle.
Well, yeah, and the only way to really address this is individual. These one size fit all the programs just do not work in the long run, and people will get frustrated on them very quickly. And that's why I love the pyramid of nutritional frontiers products behind you there, Polina. Yeah, all of that, and I see them all over the shelves. But
You
you
love
know
that,
why?
Joe?
Because Huh?
You
I
love
love it. I love it. And
that?
you know why though? Because the same philosophy has gone into our product mix. We give you enough so that you can individualize it per your client.
Absolutely. So we are live here at World of Wellness. It's a Wine and Wellness Week number 100. We have special guest, friend, client, colleague, Paulina, the American Dream, all the way from Detroit City. And look, when I said to Paulina, I says, you work in Tampa, you're going to go to Detroit? She
Mm.
goes, I don't care. I'm from Siberia.
Yeah, even
So,
Detroit's warmer than
yeah.
that, right?
So in America, we think of Siberia as like some place it doesn't really exist, but that's where she's from. She's been a great friend and client and colleague, and we love her passion, like we have, for
Hmm.
making the world healthy. And she's so generous with taking time today to help us help other people, especially this time of year. We're doing this 21-day maintain, don't gain challenge with Tracy, right? And I really like it because it's really keep me on my toes, right? Because the temptation for a lot of people is to pretty much give up
Hmm.
when, Joe?
Halloween.
Yeah.
Started Halloween and go all the way through for us guys, especially through the Super Bowl.
So how do you help people during the holidays overcome some of these challenges and then get them ready for really some tightening up in January?
Yeah, so we teach them to be prepared. If you are prepared, you will never fail, right? And that means different things for everyone. For some people, that means they want to do the meal prep and bring their food with them when they're Christmas shopping. They're running errands, right? Shopping for Christmas tree and decorations. For some people, we tell them, make sure you bring your shake or organic protein bar. Or when people say, well, I have so many celebrations, I actually don't want a meal prep, I want to enjoy my holiday season. Perfect. When you go out to the restaurant, just make sure you read the menu really carefully, and we educate them on how to properly to order the foods, right? I can order the same filet mignon with potato on the side, and I can have it prepped two different ways. And the way we prep it, we can deduct 1,100 calories just from how you ask the server to prepare it. Like,
Sure.
for example, right? If you're going out, don't just say, I want a 6-ounce filet mignon with a baked potato on the side and a salad, because that filet mignon is going to come with butter, oils, zip sauce, or glazings, right? And then that potato is going to come with butter, sour cream, bacon bits. And then the salad is going to come with cheese, maybe some kind of creamy dressing, and croutons. So it's how you ask for the preparation. That's how the server is going to make it for you. To just say, I want my filet mignon 6 ounces. I want it grilled or blackened. Please, no oil, no butter. All kinds of seasonings are totally fine. And then my potato, I would like it to be completely just baked. Please, no sour cream, no bacon bits. Put some seasonings is okay. And for my salad, please, no croutons. Hold the cheese. Bring me a little bit of maybe balsamic dressing and some vinegar and some olive oil on the side. Every restaurant will do it for you. You just have to ask and you shall receive.
Those are great tips, Joe, especially with all the traveling we do too.
Mhm.
So, I'm hearing this and I love it because oftentimes people think they're eating something that's good.
Mhm.
She just said 1,100 calories you can cut out, right?
That's right.
So I know
It's always the additions, the creams, the dressings, all of those things. I mean, if you cut out one thing, it should be bottled salad dressings or salad dressings in restaurants.
yeah.
'cause
The
they're
other
loaded-
thing when you're sitting
loaded.
down for the meal, maybe ask for veggies to start instead of bread and something fried,
Well,
right?
sure. That's the first thing they do is bring a big bowl of bread to the table, right? I mean,
Yeah,
how that
absolutely.
tradition started, I don't know, but yeah, they do it everywhere.
We just need to be mindful. We just need to be mindful of what we're consuming, and that's how the lifestyle changes are going to happen. And we need to be not only mindful of the food we eat, but we also need to be mindful of the drinks that we drink, right? And I'm talking anything from alcoholic beverages to just any kind of sweeter, just regular drinks. Like, for example, we have a lot of clients that come in and they say, I am addicted to soda or diet soda, or I'm addicted to pop. Well, guess what? We tell them to go ahead and just switch to something like Zevia. Zevia brand makes a great product that's called Zevia Cola. It tastes pretty much identical to a regular Coca-Cola. So that's a solution right there, right? Or if we tell them just to drink sparkling water and put a little bit of BCAA or GI Complete. Your GI Complete has raspberry flavor and a lemon lime flavor. Actually, if you mix it with lemon lime, it tastes like tequila. Just put some ice on it, there will be tequila on the rocks. Right?
Well, I love it because even you can have fun with this too. Don't look at it as a punishment, right? We go out to
Absolutely,
eat.
yeah.
I get the Pellegrino. You know how I asked them to bring it, right, Joe? I want it in the wine glass with ice and lemons or limes, and it looks like a drink. It's a little more fun. You get a little bit of the lemon lime in there, and you don't feel deprived then. You're still part of the party and having fun, but it's going to be a much healthier choice. So we do prefer the Pellegrinos or water. I always say to ask people, other than water, what do you drink? Right.
And that's another good point, Jamie. Every restaurant that brings you water to your table, that's tap water, right? And you have to be careful of that. I mean, it's better to get a bottle of Pellegrino as your drink at the table than having them bring you those glasses of water that are nothing but tap water, full with fluoride.
What should be some of people's expectations when they're doing a program with you or some of our other clients? Because everyone wants the results right away. When I was getting back in shape, I said I'm going to give myself 6 months to really see good results, but I'm going to do every 3-month goals. So It really took about a year and a half till I really got to where I wanted to get to, because I wanted to be able to maintain it, and I pretty much have for the most part. So what are the expectations when you start somebody on a program? I know everyone's different, but I just don't want them to, I always, as a personal trainer, I would say to people, people quit working out because they don't get results, not because they're in too good a shape, right? So you gotta give it some time. So what's your expectation for people?
Typically, we tell our clients that from the first week, they start feeling better. And then from this second week, they start looking better. But that's not when the magic happens. Your first 21 days is that adaptation period that we're going through, right? That's why we do the 21-day body reset. But typically, the behavior modification happens after 12 weeks or so. That's why it's our goal, it's our really duty and obligation to teach and condition our clients how they can run independently without us whenever they're done with the program. So, and we tell them just stay patient, right? First, we need to learn how to crawl. Then we need to learn how to slowly walk, and then we can run and sprint with it, right? So, but typically we do see great feedback on that. Oh yeah, I'm feeling better right away. I'm sleeping better. I'm pooping better. And then week 2, I'm looking better. My water retention is going away. The ring that I'm wearing is getting loose, right? So, but it's patience is what we really want people to understand, that it's longevity of the program that we're trying to teach.
Yeah, I
Well,
was
they
told
didn't get to where they are in a week or two, or a month, or a year.
maybe 10
Yeah,
years,
maybe
maybe
10
20
years,
years. The
right.
average person from high school will gain 3 to 5 pounds a year, right? You go 20 years out, they're up 40, 60, sometimes 100 pounds. It's going to take time to change that ship. And then some people have an exercise background, right, where it's like, okay, we can get back on the horse. Others did not. So it was like starting from ground zero with an adult.
Yeah.
I always told people that I was training them, and still do, look, in 1 month, you'll see the change. In 2 months, your family will. And then in 3 months, everyone will. So it takes time, as you would say, get to that magic point where you really start getting results. But they got to look at it as more of a health program than just a weight loss program. Weight loss is the benefit, of course, right, of a healthy lifestyle and a healthy program.
Yeah, absolutely. But we want to make sure we're feeling good first before we can be looking good first, because that's what longevity of life is all about, right?
Yeah, most people will say right away they feel better, they have more energy mentally, right? So you're getting them their blood sugar balance, you're getting them to start cleaning up, you give them some good nutrients, right? And now their body's promoting energy put out rather than fat storage, right?
Yes.
And I think that's a big key. So one last question I had is how do you incorporate, everyone hears GI, they're hearing leaky gut, how do you incorporate the probiotics with this type of program?
Yep. So probiotic is one of those non-negotiable products that we introduce to all of our clients.
Who's going to try and negotiate with you? I mean, come on. They're
Some
not going to
people
win.
do. They have no chance. When you're in my office and you sitting in this chair right here, it's my job to help you. So you are sitting in my office. I'm the one that's obligated to help you. So you better listen to me. And if you listen to me, I'm very confident that I can help. So
Yeah, I love it because the conviction is really important, because you take your career very seriously. We like to have fun, but you're really changing people's lives, and you're saving them time, money, and giving them more years, or at least life to the years. So I do like that. I think that was one of the best things we've had with Doc and on our team is the conviction. When people would ask me, which one do I need out of these, I would say, look, it's not a negotiation, it's a recommendation. Because if you do part of it, you're not going to get the results, and you go back and say, well, they didn't help me. So how do you incorporate those probiotics? This is a non-negotiable, of course.
Yes, 2 non-negotiable probiotics, and I have them here with me on my table, are the Superbiotic and SBC. So we prefer to take SBC in the morning to start off the day, and we really love to have a probiotic, the Superbiotic, at night, right before you go to bed. Because then when you're sleeping all night, you're eating nothing all night, you're completely resting, right? Probiotic works like a vacuum cleaner. So it's not diluted with foods and drinks and liquids. So it's actually, we see that it works better for a lot of clients. So we load you up with SBC, right? So you can start basically sucking out, quote unquote, any kind of possible buildup. And then we're doing the Superbiotic at night just to really replenish your good bacteria, right? Because the more good bacteria we have, the less of the bad bacteria we have. So these two go in hand like 2 best friends. We never usually introduce one without another. And from there on, after we're done with the actual protocol, we will introduce you, we'll switch you to Probzyme, because then it's a milder, it's a lower amount of probiotics in the Probzyme, and it's a mix of probiotic and a digestive enzyme. So that's how we continue from there on, right? Because now we balanced and stabilized everything. Now we need to have that ongoing support. So
Well, there it is.
Well,
Blueprint.
fantastic. I tell you what,
There's
she
the
knows more
blueprint.
than our team knows, Joe. Listen to her
Uh-huh.
rattle it off.
And you know what? They never stop learning because we have a training scheduled with your team in just a little while, 1:30
Yeah.
today.
Absolutely. We're so excited. And then I think we have one with Jamie coming up on the 15th, next Thursday.
Back to back, trying to keep up with you guys. So appreciate your time. We're so excited to grow with you together in 2023. I'm going to put the order for the shaker bottles in right after the show. And we're looking forward to having you speak with our team and be one of our top educators next year, our professional training. And why not bring a VIP up to Michigan?
Ooh.
There we go. Why don't we do that?
Not in
Why
the
don't
winter.
Come on. Do you know Michigan is one of the most underestimated states? I think you guys would actually enjoy it. When I moved,
I've been to Detroit.
I love Michigan. I know that Powerhouse Gym started there. I just ran into Miss Olympia, Andrea Shaw, down in Tampa. She's from Detroit.
Yes,
There's a lot of fitness and bodybuilding people in that area. It's a really nice. People are really good. It reminds me of Pittsburgh a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So
well, thanks so much, Paulina. We appreciate you joining our team. You know, we really love you and your team down there. So awesome. You did so much this year to help so many people get well again. And you're a blessing to the community. Thanks so much, Paulina. Have a great day.
I love you guys. Thank you for having me.
Too.
I will see you in person very soon.
Okay.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Bye-bye.